Hi guys, this is Chun from Spherical Self-Defense. Welcome back to our Hapkido, Chun, Moo Sool curriculum. This lesson we're going to be covering the first two punches, the most basic punches, from both an open hand and a closed hand position. From your boxing stance, feet approximately shoulder length apart, knees and hips soft, abs crunched in, lean forward ever so slightly so that a piece of paper can fit underneath your heels. Shielding position, triceps resting on your rib cage, hands approximately 6 to 8 inches in front of your face. Your first punch is your jab or lead punch, and it's not going to feel like it has a lot of power. Don't worry about that. Power will come with time as you learn how to do this better. You're going to deliver the punch straight out and bring it straight back. Now, if you're punching with a closed hand, you want to punch with the first two knuckles, preferably the middle knuckle, but two knuckles, but you're going to line up with the radius bone. You have two bones in your forearms, the radius and the ulna. The radius because it rotates. That radius bone is going to line up with your humerus bone into your shoulder socket, your chest and your lats, tying into your abs, obliques, hip flexors, quadricep, hamstring, calves. So you're using your whole body to punch. And when you throw this lead punch, you're going to rock your front hips forward ever so slightly. You're going to deliver it straight out and straight back. Straight out, straight back. Do not drop your hand down or bring it back. It's wasted motion and it leaves you vulnerable. Imagine that you have a set of rails connecting your zygomas or cheekbones to your opponent's cheekbones. And your hand travels along that rail both ways. Straight along the rail, straight back. Straight along the rail, straight back. That's your jab. Now there's a vertical punch, there's a horizontal punch, and there's a natural 45 angle. They all have advantages to them. The horizontal, I think, has a little bit more power because you get more muscle fiber interaction. I think the vertical punch is a little bit longer, but I think the natural 45 is a little bit faster. And also think about your point of aim. When you point at something, you don't say it's there or it's there. You typically point at a 45. This is your natural point of aim. Even with firearms one-handed, that's your natural point of aim. So I like the 45 better, but you can do vertical or horizontal. It doesn't matter. Now your cross or your reverse punch, backhand punch is exactly the same thing. Zygomas, rail system, two knuckles, radius, humerus, shoulder, pec, lats, abs, leg muscles, straight out, straight back, straight out, straight back, straight out, straight back. So that's your jab and your cross, and that's how we call them here. Now, if you want to punch open hand, which is highly recommended in a real life survival situation because you're less likely to damage your hand, you're going to hit with this part of your hand right here. And it's the same thing. Straight out, straight back. Straight out, straight back. Straight out, straight back. Straight out, straight back. When you throw the cross, just like you do on the jab, rotate your hips slightly. Drive off that back leg. Now, a very, very important thing to do or to not do is don't let your toes roll up like that or let your foot come off the ground. You want to keep that foot driving. You're driving off the floor and driving that strike in. So when I throw my jab, I rock those hips forward, and when I throw my cross, I'm driving my whole body from my calf all the way up through my arm. Common mistakes that people make on these punches, like we mentioned earlier, they punch and they drop down, or they bring them back to their chest. Don't do that. Another mistake is that what we just talked about, people will pick their foot up off the ground or they'll roll onto their toes. Don't do that. Another big problem that most people do is they punch with their elbows out. And when you hit something with a lot of force, there's a lot of energy. And that energy has to go somewhere. If your elbow is bent, that energy is going to go out the weakest point. And if it's not that person's face or body, it's going to go out that elbow and your power is going to shoot out that way. So make sure that you keep your elbows straight when you punch. And for a lot of beginners, they have to do the vertical punch to keep that going because once they turn it out here, they flare that elbow. I like the 45, but main thing is just keep that elbow straight behind that fist. Two knuckles, radius, elbow, humerus. Keep those things in line. Very, very, very important. I hope that helps. We look forward to seeing you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let YouTube know that you like these videos.